All right, folks, here are three stocks that are finally coming down to an appropriate price. OKLO is down to 120. This is almost where I would want to start buying. I still think Oklo can get down to 100, maybe even lower, but it might be smart to start a position. I still like nuclear energy long term. OKLO was up over 700% on the year to date even. When it got up to 188, that was insanely overvalued. Right here, you could still argue they're still overvalued, but I think it may come down a little more, but this is still not a bad price. Number two, Nebius. I recently talked about Nebius. They were also probably up almost 300% year to date. I know in May, Jeff Bezos put about 37 million, I believe, into Nebius at $35. Never bought it, but it's finally coming down. I think its peak was about 140, so this looks pretty decent. Next, we have Rigetti Computing. Pretty much all the quantum stocks are still dipping down. I still would say they have a lot more to come down, but as I said, they're finally coming down to an appropriate price. They're finally getting out of their overvalued bubble, and they're finally, coming back to reality. I still wouldn't buy Rigetti up here. I still think it can dip below $30 for sure. Maybe get down to 25 even. Quantum computing is still years out, and they were quite inflated recently. And I hope you guys weren't buying at the top. But Rigetti, along with all the quantum computing stocks, are still great long-term investments because quantum computing will be huge in the future. But with that being said, I am not exactly recommending you to buy these. I am just letting you know these were extremely overvalued and they're coming down, maybe down to fair value. I don't know if you would consider 98 for Nebius fair value. And Oklo at 120 might not be at its fair value yet, but I'll tell you right now, these are way more appropriate prices to be buying in at instead of those all-time highs. Nebius at 140, Oklo at 188, Rigetti Computing at like 55. And I like every single last one of these sectors: the nuclear energy sector with OKLO, quantum computing with Rigetti Computing, and then AI hyperscaling with Nebius. I like all of these sectors long term for sure. Of course, guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own research on all these sectors and these specific companies and stocks as well. Just because I like them does not mean you get to skip your due diligence and research. Anyways, guys, hope you all have a nice day on the markets. It's a buying day.